Purity of your intentions. February 28, 2014. Distancing yourself from the need to be in the center of attention and choosing a mindful manner of conduct that is interpreted as being sincere, genuine and pure speaks a lot about your intentions. Yet the distractions that often flood your thought forms and feelings have you moving towards the flashiness of life, and these distractions can create clouds, and these clouds can create uncertainty and ambiguity in the messages your heart has been trying to relay to you. Try to comprehend that the purity of your intention in thought and action, where you are not pursuing any worldly meaning while maintaining your divine connection and relationship with God, is a grand way to demonstrate your true sincerity. Living a life that is pure, truthful, honest and loving in everything you do demonstrates the genuineness of your intentions. This way of living clearly indicates that you have no desire for worldly pursuits because you realize you have everything you require already through the commitment and dedication you are giving to your life, to those around you and to God, by following and sharing God's word of love. The purity of your intention is something that remains with you in a silence and subtle energy, but is observed by all. When you demonstrate loyalty to yourself, to your loved ones and to God, one of the most favorable qualities that you are illustrating is sincerity. Sincerity reflects faithfulness and loyalty. It also demonstrates goodness of the heart and soul collaborating together for the greater good. The most eloquent and sincere of people are those that carry peace, love and the blessings of God wherever they wander. They do not express scriptures written from any holy book, they simply allow themselves to be whole in the presence of God wherever their feet may take them, and they treat each dear soul they come across equally with compassion and respect, just as God Himself would. They understand at a profound and deep level that God is with them in all they do, and through their faith and trust in Him, He looks after them. Therefore they are consciously willing to share His light, love, and grace wherever they go, in all the ways they are able, through their spoken and written word, through their thoughts, feelings, action and choices. It is through all they do, that they are able to demonstrate the purity of their intentions. It is vital and necessary for you to recognize that faithfulness and sincerity are as fundamental as is air and water. It is your sincerity and faithfulness that is the primary source of your own personal power that ignites your wisdom that is grown from source of your love. You are unable to move forward in any direction, dear ones, unless you are able to move with sincerity and faithfulness in your intentions. Without faithfulness and sincerity, little can be achieved or reached as a result. It is your faithfulness and sincerity that helps to extend God's favor and grace to your heart that will amplify all the efforts you are applying to reach a certain destination or achievement. A small favor done with sincerity and the purity of your intention is far greater valued than any large deed done without sincerity and purity of your intention. Comprehend, dear ones, your sincerity is a divine outlook that comes from your heart, and it is your heart's inclination that God observes. The purity of where your intent comes from. Remember, dear ones, God does not have any considerations for your appearance nor your body, but He does consider your heart as of value and special. There are many dear souls that think of sincerity to be a mysterious attribute bestowed by God to those that demonstrate pure-heartedness. This very well may be true, but any child of God can change their ways and become more pure of heart and demonstrate only the best and purest of intentions if one truly wants to. You can easily end your misery and suffering by turning to God for comfort, and allow God to shine His light down upon you and to surround you with His infinite love. Each of you can easily become God's messenger of love, sharing peace, joy, and His blessings through the purity of your thoughts, actions, words, feelings and choices. By consciously choosing to be sincere in all you do, you are declaring without the use of words that you have enough, and that you are willing to trust God and that you accept Him into your heart with sincerity and with faith. If you think of a single deed to be a body or thing, then sincerity, dear ones, is its soul. Think of yourself as a bird that soars through the air. One wing is of sincerity, the other is your soul. If you have no soul, you have no value, and you know there is no bird that can fly with just one wing. Remember, dear ones, to always be sincere with the favors and actions you employ and express. The more you amplify the purity of your intentions, the more God-like you become. Strength comes from your commitment to yourself, to your loved ones, and from your love for God and all that He is. Your strength is derived from the purity of your heart and supported by your intentions and where this energy is directed to. When you are sincere in your actions, clarity and understanding becomes constant companions on your endless journey of self-discovery and exploration. We have witnessed that some dear souls go beyond what is necessary when executing certain actions. It may appear that they are hiding or being withdrawn from other dear souls, yet they have chosen a life that avoids being in the center of attention. Many dear souls that demonstrate the purity of their heart and intentions do not require recognition, as recognition by their peers is unnecessary to them as their actions is already known and accepted by God. They feel God's pleasure every time they do a good deed, have a kind thought, or express themselves in a sincere manner that has no need for ego stroking. They are one with themselves and with all that moves, lives and breathes. Being aware of your total self is an important aspect of sincerity, because it is understood that a truly sincere person does not consider any spiritual reward given for the goodness they have expressed through their actions, words, feelings, thoughts and choices. Your sincerity, the active part of your loving heart, is something that deeply connects you to God. A truly awakened heart, one that is at home with sincerity and the purity of their intentions, has no worry or need for praise, suspicion, for loftiness, being degraded. In addition, they have no concerns or worries about awareness or unawareness of their actions or of being rewarded, and this kind of person that is genuinely sincere and living from the heart with the purest of intentions behaves the same way regardless if they are in private or in public. They trust and have faith in God and in the love and light God has shared with them, and in turn they share His love and light wherever they go. Continue to build your relationship with God, empower yourself from all the growth and knowledge you have gained from experiences you have endured, and demonstrate the purity of your heart and intentions in every station of life this journey you are on will take you. And so it is. I am Ascended Master, Serapis Bey, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com